Hi, tonight we're going to read parts 3 and 4 of Christian's Journey. Are you ready? Come on, Chris, begged Hope. Let's go. Following Parson, she tugged on Christian's arm, pulling him to the gate that guarded the narrow path. Christian heard running footsteps and whirled around. My name is Stubborn, said a boy, who was nearly out of breath. This is my friend Wishy-Washy. Do you know the way to Celestial City? We're lost. Christian answered, Sure, that's where we're going. Do you want to come with us on the narrow path? He began to push open the gate. Stubborn pointed at the path. That can't be the right way. It's too narrow and rocky. It looks like a hard trip. I'll just find my own way. He ran off. What about you, Wishy-Washy? Asked Hope. No, thanks. Oh, well, I guess I'll come along, the girl said with a shrug. The four travelers walked uphill on the narrow path for hours. Finally, Hope gasped. I'm so tired. Let's turn back. Wishy-Washy whined. Yeah, I want to give up. Just then, she and Hope stumbled and started sinking into brown, sticky mud. Chris, Parson, help, cried Hope. Christian reached for Hope, but as he did, he too was sucked into the deep mud. As Christian struggled, he heard Hope pray. Help us, God, please save us. Praying won't work, he said, remembering his grandpa. God doesn't hear you. But Hope's prayer was answered. Cornelius and Denzel appeared and pulled the travelers out of the swampy mud and set them on solid ground. God answered your prayer by sending us, said Denzel. It must have been awful, and give up swamp, added Cornelius. Give up swamp? Repeated Chris. This place is getting stranger all the time. Yes, you were stuck, Cornelius explained. You were tired, cold, and ready to give up, right? Hope nodded in agreement. I can't take any more of this, cried Wishy-Washy, suddenly bursting into tears. Let me out of here! And off she ran downhill back towards the narrow path gate. Parson, what will happen to her? Asked Hope, sounding worried. Parson patted his Bible. Well, Jesus told a story about people like Wishy-Washy. He said that a farmer threw some seeds on rocky soil. It grew quickly but had no strong roots. As soon as the sun got too hot, the tiny plants died. Wishy-Washy is like that seed. She believed in God, but only when everything was going right. When things got tough, her faith withered and she ran away. Christian thought about Parson's words and his own lack of faith. He would have a lot more thinking to do on the long road home. Part 4. The next morning, Chris, Parson, and Hope continued on their way to Celestial City. Along came a man riding one horse and leading another. Dismounting, he swept off his hat and bowed deeply. Good morning, pilgrims. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Sir Worldly-Wise. The words rolled off his tongue like honey. Sir Worldly-Wise continued. I want to offer the two young travelers my extra horse. The path ahead is so rough. I know my horse will make the ride easier. A sly smile slid across his face. Beware, children, Parson warned. His words seem right, but his path does not lead to Celestial City. But Christian was running out of patience. A quick, easy ride to Celestial City sounds great. Let's go, Hope. So the two young people rode away with Sir Worldly-Wise, leaving Parson behind. The travelers' first stop was a town called Vanity Fair. Christian was amazed at all the merchants selling fantastic toys. He and Hope saw jugglers and puppet shows and listened to wonderful musicians. With money from Sir Worldly-Wise, they bought all the candy they wanted. Caught up in so much excitement, they soon forgot all about the Celestial City, and they failed to notice that Sir Worldly-Wise had disappeared into the crowded town. As they were walking through the streets, enjoying the delights of Vanity Fair, Chris and Hope met Selfish, Lazybones, and Suspicion. Tell me, said Hope to the kids, who owns this place? Selfish smirked. The dragon owns Vanity Fair, she said. He set the town up centuries ago. It's great. At Vanity Fair, we live a little and forget a lot, everyone laughed. But Suspicion broke in a hushed voice. Beware of the dragon, his voice hung in a sudden silence. Christian caught Hope's eyes and saw that she was frowning. Come on, Hope, it's time to go. Leaving Vanity Fair wasn't as easy as it seemed. Though they searched and searched, they couldn't find the narrow path. Wishing he knew what to do, Chris suddenly felt a hot wind on his back. "Run, Chris, run," Hope shouted. "It's the dragon." All right, that's it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow night for the rest of the story. Bye.